goes on, it just through Wikipedia where it's got resource, where it got.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'm going to first of all welcome to our members and guests. We have
Bucks.
We have Mohammed
Bucks.
Mohammed Bucks.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think, hold on. Let me see if we can. Here we go.
Yeah.
And we have Aston. Is it Aston? Is that correct?
Yes, sir, it's Ashton McJaycott.
Like I said, Aston, when we were talking earlier, we've been experiencing the summer doldrums here. We've been short on members, but we will give you a flavor for what the Toastmasters is all about. Muhammad.
Yes.
Tommy, good to see you again. So today,
hello.
The meeting, as Robert pointed out, was the Continental Congress. And I just want to touch on a few things. This is going to be probably a bigger speech later on, but basically, let me throw out a couple of names at you. Roger Sherman, William Floyd, Samuel Chase, John Dickinson. Do any of those names mean anything to anybody? Charles Carroll, Robert Morris, Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and George Washington. Those were all members of, I'm sorry. Those were all members of the Continental Congress. And in all, there were 55 members of the Continental Congress. And they first met, as Robert said, September 5th, 1774. Now, I bring all this up because next year is the 250th anniversary, or it's the semi-quincentennial anniversary, a quarter of a millennium. You'll be hearing that word semi-quincentennial ad nauseum here for the next year or so. So get used to it. That's what we are. That's what we are up against as the country turns 250 years old next year. Our roll holders, we don't have many roll holders today. Tracy is joining us. Robert performed the inspiration.
I can handle any role that you need, Jerry.
Okay. Well, Tracy, if you could do the grammarian.
Okay.
Do you have the agenda there?
I do not, but let me see.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'd say I'm here. I'm streaming also to YouTube, and I'm bringing some guests. I have 5 in the house right now on YouTube. I have a link pinned on my YouTube stream. If you're interested in joining in on this Toastmasters meeting, you can join on that link, and it'll get you right into the Zoom meeting with all these people in the Zoom.
Wow, great, awesome.
Well, great. Well, welcome to all those members out there, Tommy. Thank you for bringing them.
Okay, I don't have that. Can you send it to me, Jerry?
It is on. If you go to the to our website, it's on there.
Was it in the email that was sent out?
Yep. You click on your email and you'll see it. It has retrench as word of the day and has Continental Congress.
Turn it around here. Password is TM Techno.
Oh, I see it.
Use resources carefully. Make reductions, as in workforce reductions. So
Yes.
we'll have to retrench to get more members in on a regular basis, but we'll trug on here. Do we have any speeches?
I'm Toastmaster, so I'll go ahead and run the meeting if you want me to.
Okay. I didn't get that, but that's good.
Yes. Does anyone want to be a speaker? No one who wants to be a speaker. Okay, I'll continue where I left off with the Continental Congress, or we can just have a table topics meeting if you like.
Let's do since we only have, let me see, we have 5 members. We have 4 members out on Zoom land, and we have 2 here at the Frisco Library, and I'm not sure who we have out on YouTube. Is it YouTube? Is that correct, Tommy?
Yeah. If they want to, they'll click. They can click the link.
Okay.
Jerry, do you, since we're so close to like elections, did you want to maybe go over, like maybe the roles and the duties and roles and responsibilities for some of the officers?
That would be good. Yes. Thank you, Tracy. So we have normally we have several role holders that conduct meetings that assist the Toastmaster. The Toastmaster is the master of ceremonies. He will keep us on time. Besides the Toastmaster, we have the grammarian. The grammarian his job is to introduce the word of the day, describe the goals of the meeting. As a grammarian, we'll be listening for good use of the English language.
Hi,
We also
Monkey.
listen for the
I don't know if you can
actual
hear me
use
through the
of
speaker
the
right now.
word of the day. And this-
Turn the speaker off, but I don't know what you're saying about donate, but I don't have any of that turned on or anything. I didn't get any of that yet. I don't know. But yeah, you're welcome to click the link. Password is TM Techno. Come on in and join the Zoom.
Even though I'm Toastmaster.
Okay, well, basically, as the odd counter, we try and gently break you out of that habit of using those filler words. So anytime that you hear someone say, we'll click that off. And at the end of the meeting, we'll report how many ums and so's, you knows that you've used throughout the meeting. The next important role in any Toastmaster meeting is the timer. The timer is in charge of making sure that each speech is properly timed and we stay within the time limit. We use 3 different colors. We use green for making the minimum amount of time for a speech. Yellow is in the middle of the meeting. The red indicates the speech should be wrapped up. So using it in a time frame, most speeches last 5 to 7 minutes. So at the 5-minute mark, we'll go green. At the 6-minute mark, we'll go yellow. And at the 7-minute mark, we'll go red. And you have 30 seconds to complete your speech. If it's over 7 minutes and 30 seconds, your speech is not qualified. If it's under 4 minutes and 30 seconds, you didn't make the minimum amount of time. So that's how we use the timing. Normally, as we finish each speech, we have what is called the vote. And we'll usually use a secret ballot. For those of you online, I don't have a ballot, but you would send your vote to whomever is the actual vote counter. And they'll tally up the speeches, the votes, and let us know who was the winner for that particular category. Speaking of the categories, we normally have 2 speakers. Those speakers, again, you'll be given a speech, usually that 5 to 7 minute range. If you're speaking for the first time, we call a icebreaker speech. That is 4 to 6 minutes. We have at times we do have longer speeches, and then those are the ones that will go 10 to 12 minutes. Along with each speaker, we have evaluators who will
Hey, I'm on mute on Zoom. Welcome to
critique
Toastmasters.
the speech, and at the end,
I'm on mute in the Zoom.
give their impressions of the speech and recommendations for future speeches. Then we have one of the things we probably will do this evening, which would be the table topic category, which is an impromptu speech. A lot of times you would ask in a business setting, what do you know about this particular category? Or what do you know about this particular subject? And usually give a 1 to 2 minute blurb on whatever that subject is. And we try and incorporate that by using the word of the day. In this case, again, is retrench. So we use the word of the day, retrench, into your table topic speech. So that gives you an idea on how the meeting would go on a regular basis. We're at the point where, and I'm gonna turn it back over to Robert here. Robert, if you could talk about, we are headed up on the elections. I'm gonna task you with telling us about the different roles that we have within the club.
Okay, yes, with the executive committee, elections coming up in our new year, the Toastmaster year runs from July 1st to July 1st. It doesn't run from January to January like the regular year would run in every calendar year that we have. The Toastmaster year runs through from July 1st to July 1st. So our new year starts July 1st, and the executive committee is made up of a president right now who is Jerry. He's the president of our club. Then it's made up of a vice president of membership. And we have Tracy Lawton, who's here, who's our vice president of membership. Then he goes into secretary, which is myself. And we have someone who is the vice president of PR, who is really a president of the club. So in a way with his PR work is Tommy. Tommy does marvelous PR work, and he has his YouTube on there. He has D50 After Dark and many other things that he's done with our club. So Tommy has not confirmed that he's going to take on the job soon, doing IT work, but we all see his announcement that he's very interested. I don't know if he's leaving us or not. What do you say, Tommy? You going to go?
If you're willing to have me again, I'm willing to still be there.
You're going to still be here. Okay, great. You're going to do both. Awesome. So he's going to be there and here. Then after we have our Vice President of Public Relations, which Tommy runs, we will take on our Vice President of Sergeant of Arms. Sergeant at Arms is someone who sets up the meeting live. Jerry, our president, has been the person who set up the meeting. So he's also acted as our vice president, as our sergeant at arms, where he sits at the club. The sergeant at arms is very necessary. He brings pens and papers, or he'll bring instructions of the agenda and so forth. And it's very useful to have a sergeant at arms. So if you're doing a meeting for your job, someone sets up the room for the job. Your boss might ask you, or maybe your boss. Maybe you'll ask someone to do it. That's sergeant at arms. That's the same as Toastmasters. It would be in that category with the Toastmaster family. And let's see, did I forget anyone? I don't think so. I think I covered everything.
I think there's two, Robert. One is the Vice President of Education,
Oh, Vice President of
and
Education.
then the
yeah.
other one is Treasurer.
Oh, yes. Well, we don't really have a treasurer for our club. We do kind of, when we sign up membership, yes, we do have a treasurer. You handle that, don't you?
Yes.
Tracy? Yes, okay. So you're, I don't have a list of executive officers. And then our other one is Vice President of Education, who keeps a list of your goals that you have set within Toastmasters. So hopefully, when you want to reach your speech level projects within Toastmasters, you will go to the Vice President of Education and you will ask them what you need to do, what you need to complete in order to accomplish those goals within Toastmasters so you can go to the next level of a Toastmaster and be the distinguished Toastmaster. Did that cover everyone?
I think that's it.
Thank you. And I apologize for missing you. It's been a while since I've run through them all.
Okay,
And does any of our members or any of our guests have any questions about any of those roles?
I think this would be a good opportunity right now. Put our guests on the spot here, just to introduce yourself to the members and let us know what brought you to Toastmasters and how can we help you succeed in your reasons for coming to Toastmasters. We'll start. Austin, you were first online. Austin was here. I want you guys to know. He was online before I was even set up. So about 6:45, he was logged in and ready to go. So Austin, tell us a little bit about you, what brought you to this Toastmaster meeting, and how can we assist you in meeting your goals?
So, I'm going into the business field. I'm going into the business field when I go to Texas Tech. I'm enrolling in the fall of 2025, and I plan to do energy commerce or supply chain management. But during my journey there, I plan to transfer over to the University of Texas at Austin because of their business program, and that's my dream school. And my mom, actually, she's the one that researched, and she has a coworker at his son is at UT Austin right now studying business as well, and she thought it would be a good opportunity for me to join. So yes, that's my motivation towards.
Good.
Thank you, Austin.
Sir,
Yes,
my name is Ashton.
Ashton. Okay, Austin. Okay, thank you, Ashton.
Sir, thank you.
Here at the library, we have Mohammed Bucks. Mohammed, can you want to tell us a little bit about what brought you here and?
Hello everyone, my name is Mohammed Bucks and I live in Prosper and I'm working in the IT field as a contractor and I have always interest to learn better English, speak better English and communicate properly because most of the time in current job I communicate a lot with the end users, end client and customers. Some are technical, some are non-technical, some have different accent. I also have a lot of big accent. So that's I try myself to learn more, get the best word, communicate effectively, and then be with the people who give you more knowledge, more confidence, and encourage you to go in depth and adopt best way to promote yourself, promote your education, promote your career in the best possible way. So that's I was thinking for some time to join, but due to time constraint and some other things, I could not. But from now, I'm here and will continue. I moved 2 years ago here in a Prosper. Before that, I was living in New Jersey for almost 10 years. So I have 3 kids and they are school going and we enjoy living and we use this library most of the time. My kids come, take a book, reads, enjoy, meet with people. But because they are grown here, they have different accent and I did not grow here, so I have different, but I'm trying to be with you guys to learn. That's I'm here.
Well, thank you. Welcome. Tonight we've learned a little bit about our guests. Let's step into a table topic. Now, we didn't have a true table topic master. But since our meeting theme was the Continental Congress, we'll ask a question on basically what is your knowledge of the Continental Congress and of the upcoming 4th of July celebration? So first of all, do we have, when we use the table topics is a 1 to 2 minute speech. You qualify at 1 minute. You are disqualified if you go over 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You speak on whatever you like to speak on. You should be able to use or incorporate the word of the day, which again is retrenched. So I will tag, let's see here. We can do the timer. Can everyone see the timer? I guess I'll
Yes.
act as the timer. And I will task or tap on 3 of our members to at least go first and give us an idea on how a table topic speech should go. So who would want to be first? Tommy, Tracy, or Robert?
It doesn't matter to me. You can choose me first if you want to talk a little more about Continental Congress, because I have on Wikipedia over here. But I'll keep it to what your question was. Your question was to remember what I remember about the Continental Congress and when the Declaration of Independence was established, right?
Well, what do you think about the upcoming Declaration? The upcoming 4th of July celebration.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll go ahead and get started. America needs to retrench in having somewhat of a use of resources carefully as we move ahead, having the 4th of July, celebrating our independence. We are someone who are a very young country. We're only 250 years old. We're younger than just about everyone else that's in the mix of the world. But we've grown to be extremely intelligent and powerful. We want to keep it. So the 4th of July to me is a celebration of freedom of rights. We have the liberty to be able to work and free enterprise. We're able as people individually to do work between each other and freely between each other without having Donald Trump send out the word that we can or cannot do it by law. If we're caught, it could very well mean jail time or even death in some countries. So we are very fortunate that we have a democracy, that we have our Declaration of Independence. Therefore, 4th of July is a huge American celebration for me, whether I work that to make overtime or I stay home and watch all the parades. And everyone else who celebrates the 4th of July. Mr. Tabletop Master.
Thank you, Robert.
You're welcome.
We have anyone else who would like to speak on the Continental Congress or the Declaration of Independence or the July 4th celebration? Tommy, Tracy?
I can go.
Okay, hold on a second, let me get you. All right, Tommy, the floor is yours. Tommy Kenyon?
About a year ago, I had a little a good fun reminder, and it brought something brought history into a new light. Last year, I went to Arizona in the hot desert in the middle of summer, July, where temperatures got at one day at 111 degrees. But anyway, where I went to, what I'm talking about, was more indoors, inside of a theater on a play. I was invited to celebrate my birthday and everything. July is my birthday month. This Broadway play last year, you might have heard about it about a couple years back, about one of our founding fathers. I don't think you mentioned him before, Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson. Who's missing from that list? Alexander Hamilton. So this play was about. It's called Hamilton, and to this day I still have the soundtrack to that play, and it's a nice redo, merging history and rap, hip hop, and R&B, all of those arts with history, and it was a fun way to do that and bring in the history of the country as well. They had King George, they had everyone. They had George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, everyone that was involved in the Revolution. So fun little thing, that a good reminder of history. That went to go see that. Back to you.
Thank you, Tommy. Do we have anyone else? Tracy, would you like to try?
Okay, sure, Jerry.
Okay. Hold on, let me get that. All right, Tracy Lawton. Distinguished Toastmaster Tracy Lawton.
Thank you, Jerry. when I think about 4th of July, I remember growing up, you know, we always celebrated, it was a big celebration of, you know, everybody with fireworks and everything, showing like the big excitement and everything because of the freedoms that we had, right? It all started or initiated with us getting our freedom from England. And ironically, even though we celebrated the freedom from England, we still had people that were enslaved here in the United States. And so it's not until I got older that I realized that, at least in the state of Texas, when some of the slaves were free, that everybody wasn't free in the state of Texas until like 2 years later, which is why we have the celebration of Juneteenth. And so now, you know, a celebration of not only the July 4th celebration, we also have a combination of the Juneteenth, just making everybody, you know, aware of, like you said, the history behind, you know, when not just one group of people are free, but when everybody's free. And so we celebrate both. You know, we just recently, last week, we had a lot of Juneteenth celebrations, and then we're looking forward to the celebrations of 4th of July here in the United States with the different freedoms and celebrations and things that go on. And I'm pretty sure other cultures have different independent days that they celebrate as well, you know, in terms of where the country has come to where it's going. And I think about, well, when we talk about retrench in terms of using our resources and things carefully, we want to make sure that because we are a powerful nation, that we remember, you know, the reason that everything started to begin with. Just like we wanted to have our freedoms, there's so many other cultures that come to the United States to get their freedoms as well, right? So I think we do have to be mindful to make sure that we do set the example for not only being the most powerful nation, but, you know, being a leader and making sure that we respect other people's wishes to have that freedom as well. And if we can show leadership in bringing that together in a peaceful way, then that's what we should strive to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. Okay. So we're at the point where I can give you the timers report on the 3 table topics. Robert spoke for 1 minute, 42 seconds. Tommy spoke for 1 minute, 54 seconds. And Tracy spoke for 2 minutes, 47 seconds. So based on time, Tracy will be disqualified because she went over the 2 minute, 30 second mark. However, one of the things that we also try and incorporate into the speech is use of the word of the day. And I don't think anyone used the word of the day.
I thought I did.
You did?
Robert, yeah, Robert did. I did as well, but I disqualified on time.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Tommy did. I couldn't remember. Do you remember if you used the word, Tommy?
I don't even know what it is.
Okay.
Retrench.
Retrench.
So I would take it that.
Okay. You muted yourself.
Oh, sorry. I would say, so Jerry, then in terms of the word of the day, both Robert and myself use the word of the day, and then you can go based on the time, Jerry.
Okay, and then based on that, Robert will be our table topic winner for this evening. Congratulations, Robert.
Yeah, thank you.
This is a bit of a convoluted meeting, if you will, because we have a lot of, I have a couple things we need to talk about going into the next meeting. Our next meeting will be, let me make sure we have, I think it's gonna be in July, and I think it is. It's my calendar. Oh, let's try this one.
I think it's like July 8th.
July 8th. Okay, so then our next meeting will be on July 8th at 7 o'clock. Hopefully again in this room. I've been really lucky.
The
just
second Wednesday and the fourth Wednesday.
correct. Now, one other thing we do have also, for especially for our members,
Okay, so that would be July 9th,
July 9th.
July 9th.
would be a Wednesday.
Okay. So the next meeting is going to be Wednesday, July 9th, 7 p.m. And then for our members, we're in TLI season. There is a TLI this weekend. And I didn't catch, hold on. I signed up for it, but I don't know where it's going to be held at. It's online.
It's on Zoom. It's online.
It is online?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can go to the D50. Which one is it? D50?
D50TM.org.
Yeah, tm.org, you're right. And sign up for those meetings. I realize we haven't had the actual elections, but for the time being, since we are totally rushed here, we just go ahead and continue in the roles that we have presently and just attend one of the TLIs. We need to have 7 people to maintain our status within District 50.
I guess, Jerry, what we should ask if we have any new members who would like to run for a particular office and give them an opportunity.
Okay, do we have any?
Especially since we have some people serving in 2 roles.
Right. Do we have any new members attending tonight? We have any members other than the 4 of us?
I'm not sure. Is everyone that's streaming, Tommy, is that new people or are the people that's streaming?
Guests on my channel. I'm inviting them if they're wanting to come into the Zoom. So that the link is pinned on my YouTube chat.
Okay.
But it's not any of our current members, right?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll try and reach out to some of our members and gauge their desires if they want to take on some of the roles that we have, and then go ahead and attend the online TLIs this week. I think the next one is in the 3rd week of July, I believe it is. I didn't see where exactly that was an online one or not. TLIs for you, for those of you new, is Toastmaster Learning Institute. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and basically we learn about, it's usually an hour presentation on the different executive roles, the president, the vice president of education, of membership, of public publicity, the sergeant at arms, the treasurer. Go ahead, Tracy.
Secretary and
The secretary, right?
and you said VP of Education.
Yes.
Mhm.
So we have that coming up this week.
And it's not, and just to make it clear to all of the members that it's not just for officers. Anyone who is a Toastmaster member can attend the training. If you want to learn more about the role, that would be the time to go to attend the training. But if you just want to jump in, you can feel free that you can go ahead and let us know that you want to be a candidate to run for a particular office, and we can do that as well. You know, because that's the way you learn. And don't be afraid to think that that you're alone, because you have experienced Toastmasters that's in the club who have served in those roles before, that will be there to guide you each step of the way. So I do want to ask each of our new members, Ashton and Mohammed, or either of you interested in joining Toastmasters today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then once the meeting is over with, Ashton, then I can get with you to make sure you get your membership started, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And once you join everything, you can get scheduled to give your icebreaker speech, the first speech that everyone gives. And we always look forward to hearing new member icebreakers. The speech where you just talk about yourself, essentially.
It's just basically an introduction of who you are.
Yes.
What you were saying earlier about Toastmasters, which Jerry asked you, would be identical to what an icebreaker is. So really, you just gave an icebreaker, but you didn't get credit for it because you're not a member, you're a guest. So your story of being a student and being a dream student and wanting to go to University of Texas at Austin, like you told us, that's very much our icebreaker. That's all it really needs to be. You need to repeat the story as much as you want to embellish the story and enhance it to the ability of a better understanding. That's fine. You did great.
And it just needs to be at least 4 minutes.
Yeah, 4 minutes. You can be longer if you want. 4 minutes is good.
4 to 6
4 to
minutes.
6. Yeah.
Okay, so our guests, I cannot stress, this was a bit of a convoluted meeting that we've held here tonight, since we didn't have roles set up, but any impressions, anything that can help us be better Toastmasters ourselves, as well as you, Aston?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions for us as far as the actual mechanics of the meeting here?
No, sir. I think I got everything down.
Okay. And you would just at the conclusion of this meeting, you get with Tracy, and Tracy will get you set up. Mohammed, we can do it here. I'll show you there. Does anyone else have anything going?
Yes, I do. As the secretary of the club, I wanted to let the club know that a desktop is how Toastmasters International pretty much runs its online business. Through your cell phone, Toastmasters International has somewhat of a usage through the cell phone in seeing meetings. I'm on my cell phone with meetings, and you might be too. I don't know how expensive you are with iPad and so forth and so on, laptop, what have you. That works as well. But a desktop or a laptop would probably be best for making notes and signing up on the agenda. When you become a member, you'll be given the link that you have now that you were given the Zoom link to. And in that role model of the page, the website page, gives the agenda. And it tells you to sign up. So try to sign up on your desktop if you want to roll. If you want to be a listener or the vote counter or the timer or the all counter posture, sign up and confirm the role so we know in advance who it is and wants to take that role. I took Toastmaster and I took the inspiration, and we were short-handed today, so Jerry was pretty much the Toastmaster throughout the meeting, but that's fine. But that's just to let you know, being a new member coming in, that the desktop works best for signing up for new roles and to watching over Toastmasters International.
Thank you, Robert.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna try and see if I can bring up. I'm gonna try and bring up online the website.
Okay. And Jerry, we really didn't have a general evaluator today, but I'll just go ahead and quickly give my grammar report. As a grammarian, of course, I watch for the different uses of words and making sure that everyone is speaking correct English. Overall, I believe that everyone did a good job. Even our guests today, we may have had a few ums and ahs. I'm not going to give a number out, but sometimes, like when I'm in the meeting, we can have like a clicker, or I may snap my fingers to let you know that you've said a or an ah, just as a reminder to try to not to use filler words. But overall, most people tried to use the word of the day. I know during table topics, Robert did use it, I used it, Jerry explained it. So even though you may not participate in table topics, just whenever you're given the opportunity to speak, if we can use and incorporate the word of the day would be good. And that concludes my report. And I know Robert has to give his posture.
Yes, the posture counter role. We only had one from Tracy, which was very good throughout her speech, and there were table topics. Tommy didn't have any at all. I did not have any at all, and Jerry used very little in his introduction to everyone. So we had a very good counter posture. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Does anyone else have anything?
And then usually I'll just say, just overall the meeting, I know that I was late. I'm not sure if the meeting started on time or not.
Yeah, it did.
It did, okay, which is good. We didn't have the rose field, so in the future, if we can make sure that we do get rose field, that will help the meeting to move smoothly in the future. But overall, I think that people did jump in and fill the roles so that we could have a successful meeting tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, and I'll turn it back over to our Toastmaster.
Thank you. I will now turn the meeting back over to our presiding officer, Mr. Jerry Vasquez.
Thank you, Robert. So again, our next meeting will be on Wednesday, July 9th, 7 p.m., either on Zoom or at the Frisco Library, hopefully in room number 4. TLIs this weekend, online. Everyone have a good holiday, upcoming holiday. The July 4th holiday is a little over a week away. So I think it's next Friday, if I remember right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for all those, our guests, Aston, Mohammed, for our guests out on the YouTube network. We appreciate you viewing in. Hopefully you will join us again in person. And with that, I will call this meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Jerry. Tommy,
Okay,
I'm
so
glad you're staying. I'm glad you're gonna check in from Houston to Illinois. That'll be interesting to see.
Okay, I'm gonna drop off here.
Yeah, I'm going to drop
And,
off. I'm going to make notes of the email.
Ashton and
So
Tracy.
I do have a question then, Jerry.
Yes.
If you, are you able to let,
So yeah, they're just wrapping up now, closing on. I'm gonna wrap up here too for the live stream. But that was a Toastmasters meeting. We've been a little bit on the unorganized side, but we still hold meetings, which is good. We don't cancel meetings, so that's good. And just thought I figured that would be a good chance for me to. I tried last time. This morning when I was going live, I was wondering why no one was showing up because my streams were all set as unlisted. So now I set it as public and stream is showing up now. But I did realize too, I can actually bring guests on with this YouTube live with my phone. So I can actually do that and bring guests. There's my stream in the background. I'm kind of monitoring the chat and typing in the chat there. So I saw all the chat on the screen here, but we can bring guests right on with the phone. We can talk live on YouTube with a guest, no StreamYard needed. So that's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm hoping I could have at least 2 other people to talk because I want to have a conversation with 2 people at the same time coming up. One person is coming free again after going to an event in Colorado, and we've been waiting to have this conversation. I'm hoping we can have this soon. That'll be fun. Oh, a fun conversation, and can get that up on video and everything. But that was Toastmasters, and we had looks like some people interested in joining, getting a speech scheduled, get them in, and get them speaking in front of an audience. But this was a Toastmasters filled stream. Any questions, anything before I officially wrap up? I'm not using my usual StreamYard. I'm using my phone because the Zoom, I still have it open, but they haven't closed out the Zoom. I can close this down here. But yeah, that's why I haven't been on StreamYard today because my computer is taken up with the Zoom. That's still open. I pinned the Zoom link. I can do this for each meeting. And if anyone's interested, you can come in and Zoom anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, and join the Toastmasters Zoom meeting as a guest. You don't have to be in person. It's hybrid via Zoom. So I thought I just unpinned it because the meeting's over, wrapping up, and just talking about a little about Toastmasters, and that was my idea tonight. Any questions or any thing else to talk about tonight before I go for my post live stream walk and finish up with some editing stuff that I was doing earlier? Any questions, any other topics, discussions, chats for close it out for the night? This makes it easily an hour stream with the meeting and everything. I jumped on a little late because I was discovering that you can bring on guests here in this YouTube and but it wouldn't do the one thing I needed. It's still not. I can't type in comments with the phone. I need to have the computer up to actually be able to type comments, which is a little strange. But you can just respond to comments on screen. Like say if someone writes a comment, like, hey, I see you down there. We can't unless it's down here. Chat filter. Top messages. I want to see all messages. I thought I was able to chat. Oh no, that I was on Creating Change stream this morning from the phone, and then I was chatting there. That's what I remember. I know I remember something, but it wasn't on this live. I guess you can't type in the chat the comments on the phone YouTube live. But anyway, this was a learning experience today. I learned a bunch. Make sure you're going public so people can see your stream and not unlisted. And if it's unlisted, you just have to share the link out so people can join you. But make sure it's public, and then YouTube will let everyone know that you're live. And it won't be unlisted anymore. It will be public. So I learned that, and I learned you can invite a guest. So I will definitely be doing that. I don't know exactly when, but hopefully soon. That's coming up. Thanks for joining. I don't have my the StreamYard stuff, but this is fine. It's Toastmasters, and if no other questions, thanks for joining. I'll see you tomorrow. It's time for going on a little walk. Time to go on a little walk. Thanks for joining. See you tomorrow.